Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to ask you questions. Hey everybody, I'm Amanda Day at the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest presented by Fleurdejunk and right here at the shops at West End. And we have a very special guest with us. We're premiering an amazing film called The Florida Project, and Max Cooper is with us. He was in charge of all the props, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that because this story centers around childhood. And in childhood, your world is so small, and little things like your teddy bear or something play a huge role in your environment. How did that influence what you did with the props?
It was a lot of, you know, Sean really wanted us to get there before and actually hang out and see castings and stuff like that. So you hang out, you see the kids that were actually there, that were trying to get background with and stuff like that, and what they were carrying around. And then, you know, hanging out with some of the actual people that lived in the hotel to actually get a feel for what their rooms look like, you know, so when we designed Haley's. So, you know, it was a lot of hanging out and actually just meeting the kids, hanging out with them, getting to know what they would actually, you know, not Brooklyn, you know, she's from, you know, a nice house, from, you know, good neighborhood, good family. But, you know, the Christopher Rivera, the guy that plays Scooty, he was really instrumental in helping us find out, you know, the things that his family can afford and what they would actually have.
So, did you have any specific guidelines or influencers that you were told stay within this look, or was it really focused on realism?
Everything about that movie is as real as it gets. You know, like I said, we hung out in people's rooms that it's a hotel off a really gnarly road in Orlando that, you know, if you go the wrong way, you're not going to Disney. So just getting Sean wanted everything to look exactly the way that it would have looked if he walked down the street or walked down the hall and went into one of the guest rooms.
That's amazing. How long, or how did you get into doing this kind of work?
Oh my gosh. I was on the radio and I got fired live on the air.
Oh my God, wow.
And I got a phone call. They called 3 times in a row on the way home, and finally I answered, and someone asked on the other end of the line. She had worked with my wife before and was like, you know, if you would like to get into television instead of radio, I can help you in. So it was about 8 years ago now, and that's how that works.
Fired live.
Yeah,
wow.
Fun stuff.
But hey, it turned out to be a great opportunity.
Yeah, always.
So when you're working on this project, there has to be a lot of sensitivity around it because it does deal with poverty and some pretty dire situations. What did that awaken within you as far as thinking about these kids that their childhood maybe is different than yours or different than mine, or maybe there's a lot of similarities? How did you process some of those emotions?
It was really hard to actually set, you know, when people would swing by and see what we were doing to the rooms, sometimes they would be offended, you know, because we know it's a movie, we're going a little bit over the top to prove a point, you know. It was really tough to get in touch and do that kind of stuff. As far as, you know, working with the kids and everything like that, you know, they were really, you know, Scooty and Mooney and Jancy, you know, they were the whole stars of the whole thing. So it was really just getting to know them, and once you got to know them, build from around that.
What's your next project?
I am leaving on next Saturday. I'm flying home, or home is here now, but I'm flying back to Orlando to work on a Disney project for a couple weeks.
Cool. Wow. Well, thank you so much for being here. There's a lot of buzz around this film, and I have not seen it yet, so I'm really excited to see it. But from what I've heard, the poignancy, but also like the just exuberant joy is a really spectacular thing to watch, and also something that maybe harkens back to those times when we were kids and we didn't have as much weighing on our backs, you know. So thank you for being a part of it, and we look forward to seeing the film in just a few minutes.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.